What's up, guys? It's Liquid, West Texas Vaping Coalition. Busy. Um, Trying to get into some extra reviews really quick and get the queue cleared up so I can make room for more. Tonight or today, actually, this took me a few days to do. So you're gonna see wardrobe changes, no malfunctions, I promise. Anyway, I'm gonna be reviewing the Aqua clone that I got from Melvin over at the Vape Shack. He's carrying these. I believe they're $39.99. And not really sure who makes it. I don't know if it's A Cigar or if it's EH Pro or F Pro. Not really sure where this one came from. I tried getting a hold of him, and he's really busy. So it is a clone. So we're gonna vape on it, talk about it. I'm gonna show it to you top to bottom. In the end of the video, because I kind of did this video backwards, I said that the flavor was really muted, and I found out the reason why the flavor was muted was because I didn't have enough cotton in there. So it was more burning than it was like wicking. So I pulled it apart, put a little bit thicker cotton in there, and see for yourself. Wicking really good now. Flavor is not muted. It came right back up to where I wanted it to be. And it's got really good throat hit. I do like the airflow. At first, I thought the airflow was a little bit tight, but it is where it needs to be, especially with the dual coil that I have in here. I will also tell you that when you get this, make sure that you clean it, because the machine oil will be nasty and it's really hard to get out. So make sure you do clean it. Scrub it really good with soap, hot soap and water, and then rinse it off and let it dry, and you'll be good to go. Really good. I'm really digging the flavor on this. It is, like I said, $39.99 for this over at the Vape Shack in Midland and Odessa. I was going to try to do a price comparison online, but I'm not really sure who the vendor is, so sorry. So I guess maybe this is just pretty much for people locally. Or if you're thinking about getting a clone, I haven't touched the original Aqua. I have a friend sending me one, so I can kind of do a side-by-side comparison to see how they work. But if it works any better, it's a definite home run, because even this, being a clone, it works wonderfully. It's a little bit challenging on the build deck to get your coil set right, but anybody that's used to rebuilding, just give it a few minutes and you'll be good to go on it. I did try different mouthpieces. They fit kind of loose. The mouthpieces that come with it are really tight fit, so I just pretty much stuck with the mouthpiece. I've been running it about 1.5 turns open on the flavor wick, or on the flavor adjuster or the wicking adjustant on the top, and 3/4 to full on the airflow, and it seems to be working well. I don't get any dry hits. Well, I hope I don't. But no dry hits or anything. I did notice with using this device, when you're done with it, you want to close the airflow channel or the juice channel off. You also want to close it up, the airflow channel. That way you can store it. When you do go back to vaping it, if you do still have liquid in it, you want to hold it upside down for like 30 to 60 seconds, and then you want to open up the airflow. And what that'll do is that'll release any of the negative pressure that's inside, because if not, it'll just start draining and it'll come right out the holes. Same with filling. When you fill this, you want to close it all the way down, close your juice channel down, fill it, put it all back together again, hold it upside down for 30 to 60 seconds, and then slowly open up that your airflow, and that'll release that negative pressure that filling it has caused, and that'll stop that from leaking. Because if you just like hold it the right way, open it up, start vaping on it, it's going to run out the bottom because of the negative pressure. So make sure you do that, and life will be a lot better for you. So that's Aqua. Like I said, let's dive down, and I'll show you top to bottom, show you all the pieces and parts, show you the builds, and we'll do our summary and go from there. So sit tight, and please don't mind the wardrobe change. I had to do this backwards, and it's been really crazy trying to get the house together and stuff like that, and trying to do stuff with other things. So all the information's there. I just look different. Still ugly, but whatever. So let's take a look. at the Aqua up close. Alright guys, here we go with the unboxing of the Aqua box. Open it up, what are you going to get? Get a whole bunch of extra O-rings, various sizes, and then you're also going to get your native connection in there as well. You get a second drip tip. So there is the second drip tip that you get. Then of course you get the device. And here is the device. If I could get it to focus. There's the device. And we'll break it down for you really quick. There is your drip tip. The O-rings on this are really, really beefy, so they do hold tight. Here is your top cap right here. This is your chimney assembly. Come on. There's your tank assembly. Your build deck. There's your 510 base. And of course, your 510 pin. So that is all the pieces that you're going to get with this system. And put it together. Pretty much going to do everything I did in reverse. You'll grab your 510 pin. You're going to place that right in the bottom. You notice the bottom, it is brass connection, except for that little pin that's right there. That is a stainless steel pin. And that is for your positive connection. It's in the top, so there's no brass in the top. It's all stainless steel. So we're going to place the 510 pin in here. And then your 510 deck. And for a clone, I mean the threads on this are really, really smooth. And that pin is actually adjustable. So depending on what device you're putting it on or whatever, you'll be able to adjust that in or out to flush fit any device. You also notice on the deck you're going to have 2 posts, and the way that this is set up is you'll notice there is 2 air holes here and over there. So you're going to do dual coil, and that coil is going to go right over that airflow. And the airflow is actually right there, is the 2 holes for your airflow control, if it would ever focus. So there's your airflow control, and it is set up for dual coil. And if you notice, there are channels in here. And what those channels are for is that's where your wicking is going to go. So you have your coil run across the base here, and then it'll go down into those channels. Let's see if I can get a better. There it is. So see these channels right here? Your wicking will go down into those channels. These are your catcher points here, and they're big gnarls on them, so it's really easy to unscrew and screw them in. I haven't built it yet, but I will build it soon to finish off the video. And then the channels run all the way down into the deck, and I'll show you why here in a second. It's pretty cool how they got this thing set up. But that is the deck. You can tell here's the Delrin, or it's really not Delrin. I'm not really sure what this is, but it doesn't seem to be Delrin. Whatever it is, it's really well made, and it's very high temperature too. I've seen a few reviews on it, and there's people that are building this at 0.2, 0.3 ohms, and no burning or anything. So that's pretty cool. But what happens is after you have your build, you run your wicking down into this channel here, and you push it in to make sure it's not in the way of the threads. Let me see if I can show you the threads. Come on, focus. Focus. See those threads? The top set of threads is going to be for your chimney. The bottom set is for your tank assembly. So you run them down in there, make sure they're flush, nothing's poking out, and then when you put your chimney on, that's where the juice is going to come through, right through here. And the cool thing about this, not only does it have adjustable airflow, but this here will open as well, kind of like the Ithaca. And as you open this bell housing here, this chimney, it exposes more. It'll expose more wick, so it'll actually wick better. See, this is going to be completely closed. Focus. I don't know about this new camera. Seems like it's a little slow on the uptake. What do you guys think? Any minute now. No autofocus for me. There it is. So that's completely closed, and as you open it, you can see it exposes more and more of that channel. I wish this thing would work properly. I think it might be better going off to the other camera. But it'll expose more of it. See, there it is. Dagnabbit, just stay focused. And as more channel shows, more wicking is going to show, and it's going to wick better. And then you can just all the way open, or you can close it. So that's how that works. So that's pretty cool. So once you have it all built and everything, you put that on, close it down. Then you put on the tank assembly. And like I said, once again, these O-rings are super, super beefy. But it has to be that way because this tank assembly actually doubles as your airflow control. You can see right there, those are your airflow holes right there. And as you turn the tank assembly, you open them. And it'll go from completely shut to a really nice airy draw, depending on what you need. So that's how that works. See, and as you close it, it just closes some of those air holes off. And it'll go completely shut, and you want that completely shut before you fill it too. So that's shut. At this point, after the build and everything's ready to go, you can fill this. Just fill it right through the side here. I believe it's 2.3, 2.4 mils of juice will fit in there. But as soon as you have it filled, then you take your top ring, screw that down nice and tight. Like I said, once again, beefy, beefy O-rings. But you screw that down nice and tight, just like that. And then tip it upside down and let it sit for a minute. And then you slowly open your breather holes just to release that pressure. There it is. Guess left-handed doesn't work too well. But you'll just crack it open just to relieve that pressure. You know, just hold it there for a minute so that pressure will release. And then to test it, you tip it back the right way and make sure that no juice is coming out of your air holes. And that's pretty much how you fill it. You place your drip tip, and it fits very well. It ain't wiggling, ain't going nowhere. And then you're ready to vape. With the drip tips, they say you can use any kind of 510 drip tip. I've tried some other drip tips, and they seem to fit really loose. So the ones that come with it are really, really well. And I think maybe one of the reasons is this O-ring here is a lot more beefier than some of the O-rings that are on the other like 510 drip tips that you can get, or mouthpieces that you can, get aftermarket. So maybe if you switch out the O-ring, maybe it'll fit a little bit better. But I've had some that, I mean, actually they just kind of fall in there. They don't even grab for anything. But these, I mean, it's in there, ready to go. So that's the unboxing and all the pieces, parts for the Aqua. I will take it back to the original screen. We'll have a few vapes, and we'll talk about it. All right, boys and girls, we are back. Everything's all built. I got the Aqua on my Big Nasty, and what I did is I did 2 coils in it, dual coil, 28 gauge Canthal. I did 6 reps on a 5/64 drill bit, sitting at about 0.6. Didn't run it too deep. Just wanted to check it out first, see how things work. And it's pretty cool. Like, here's if you just spin your mouthpiece, that's your wick control, so you can add more or less wick. I got it about 1.5 turns and about 3/4 of the way on the air holes, if I can get the dang thing to focus. Focus. There it is. So let's see how she vapes. It vapes really well. Like, good vapor production. The only thing, it seems to me, this is the first time I ever built one of these, but it seems to me like the flavor is a little bit muted. I think, and I know like a lot of people are spouting these off as like K-Fun killers and all that jazz, but to me, and maybe I'll have to try a different build, maybe a little bit lower ohm build, but to me it tastes kind of muted versus like, this pretty much the same build I got in my Quasar. And it just might be just because, the way it's set up. But even in my K-Fun, I mean, I have the same thing in my K-Fun, and it just seems muted to me. It seems like I'm not getting that rich flavor from my Likwid as I usually do. Let me try to open the air holes up a little bit more. And that's pretty much wide open. I don't know. Maybe I have to just vape on it a little bit more, but it seems like, I mean, I wouldn't call it a K-Fun killer by any means. I mean, it's cool because you got like a dripper and you got a little bit of juice on top. So that's pretty neat. I mean, all in all, I give it a thumbs up. It's pretty cool, but it just seems to me that, maybe it's just not. It's hard to explain. It's just I'm not getting those, really rich undertones that I know that this juice has, like I do on my K-Fun or on my Russian 91%, or even an RDA. But I still think it's really neat how everything works. I mean, you got pretty much all the bells and whistles that the Ithaca has without the nonsense of resistance, non-resistance wire. So I guess that's a plus. But throat hit and vapor production is top notch. I do like the way it looks. I like the brushed and the stainless, look together. It's pretty cool, and it looks good on the Big Nasty. Too bad it wasn't like 24 millimeters, but 26 would be cool. But I mean, all in all, I think it's a cool thing. It's really cool to build. There's not a lot of room on that deck, so you're going to be kind of limited on the certain things you do. And it is, for me, and it's the first time that I built it. It was kind of a pain in the butt trying to get everything captured properly, and because all it has is just those spinning knobs to run the post down. But once I got it in there and got everything set, got my coils lined up the right way, and that might be one of the issues too, because it seems to me like my coils are a little bit high, but I got them, right on top of the air holes. So maybe my coils are a little bit too high. Maybe I should lower the coils a little bit. Now maybe I'll get that warmer taste that I'm usually used to, or what I'm looking for. But for something that you can build pretty much any way that you want to, depending on how you vape, and having the satisfaction of knowing you got a dual coil. I do like the adjustable flavor control. That's really nice on it, and you get, I think it's 2.5 or 3 mils of juice. I got to double check on that, but it holds quite a bit of juice, and the machining is beautiful. Um, the threads are great. The O-rings, those O-rings are going to hold on forever. I don't think I'm going to have to ever worry about that unless I lose one, but hopefully I don't. But just the way everything's machined and put together, and just the little accents, for a clone, this thing, I mean, it vapes really well, really well. I'd say overall thumbs up on this Aqua. It vapes good, and I think that if you're looking for something a little bit different and really good price range, and have the satisfaction of both worlds, you're going to have your rebuildable, plus you'll have pretty much a tank at the same time. This is the way to go. So if you guys get a chance, check out the Aqua, or the Aqua clone if you're local, over at the Vape Shack. They carry them. Thanks again, Melvin, for letting me do the review on this. And there it is. If you guys have any more, comments or questions or any information, or maybe there's something that I missed, please put it down below. Because like I said, this is the first time I even messed with this thing. Seen them, never really had the chance to mess with one, and finally had a chance to. So if maybe it's something that you've had for a little while and you have a different way of building it, please let me know. That way, I'll do an update, and I'll try your build as well. So that's it. That's the Aqua. Take another vape. We're going to get out of here. Thanks again for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. I do have the, just so you know, side note, the cookie jar is about full of juice, so we're getting ready to do the giveaway of the cookie jar. It's there. That's a lot of juice. So we'll be giving that away really soon. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you later. Got